Hey, what's up, y'all? What's up, my Saturday loves? And I want to welcome in all my new Saturday loves because I know I got a few. I hope all you guys are doing blessed and wonderful and fabulous. So, for your listening pleasure, I got some 50 cents G-Unit. You can't say 50 cents while doing that. And this song is called Follow My Lead with Robin Thicke. And I definitely need you guys to follow my lead and make sure that you guys like this video, hit that notification bell, and definitely subscribe. So I just came back from the movies. I am feeling hot, tired, and like I said, fabulous. And my hair is trying to hold up. Like I said, I got it done in I think at the beginning of this month, and I'm trying to keep it together. Like I said, I've been sleeping like a wild, cute little pig. So I'm trying to keep it together because next time I have this hair done won't be until August, or trying whenever I can get an appointment because it's not cheap. So like I said, I just got back from seeing M3gan, and I am hot, and please hold all tomatoes towards the end. So I got my little drink, and they wrote, Happy Saturday, Diva. Because I told him, I said, oh yeah, I go by Disney Diva. So I thought that was cute. And let's get into this. So I'm going to try to remember everything that I saw about Miss M3gan. You know, therefore M3gan 2.0. We're not talking about the first movie. Although the first movie was good, and I don't remember anything from the first movie. But I do know, I can recall when I first saw the movie for the original, I thought it was going to be like scary, and I did have some, let's just say Maxwell something on me, because I thought I was going to be scared, and it was not scary. And this movie is nowhere near scary, and like I said, it's going to be some spoilers. I'm just going to put it out there. So I'm trying my best to get into it. So like I said, hold all tomatoes towards the end. So it's all the same characters and some new characters added. And once again, it's about Jenna, I think I'm saying her name right, and her niece Katie. And Katie is still dealing with the death of her parents, and things had kind of like involved for them. And I don't know why I'm forgetting something. I don't know, something in my intro or something I'm forgetting. Y'all know this is all over the place and not professional. I'm trying. But anyways, but it's still about Jenna, which was the lady who designed M3gan, and then went all rogue and crazy and started killing people. That was in the original, and I don't remember too much about the original, but I know that was cool. I forgot the ratings that I gave that one, but this is M3gan 2.0. You know. Okay, did I really have to do that? But anyways, and also about her niece. And like I said, I know in the first one, her niece lost her parents and stuff, and she's still dealing with that. But now it's more about, like I said, Jenna going against like technology and AI and all this stuff. And like I said, I can't really stand technology and stuff. Don't know much about like AI and everything. But she's pretty much against that. She wrote a book about that, and you know, gonna be some ads up in this. I hate that. So let's just 86 that part. But yeah, so that's pretty much about that and everything. And she's more like an advocate against kids spending less time on their phones, less time on their tablets and stuff like that, which is true, because our society is all about, you know, on your phone, on your tablet, especially little kids. Little kids know how to work your cell phones better than you. It's like you see little babies and kids in elementaries with high-tech phones and devices. You didn't see that at Disneyland. I'm all like, really? You know? So that's pretty much about what her aunt's about. She even wrote a book about it. She lives like in this high-tech home. I mean, she was against that, but her house is high-tech, I guess, for her niece and everything. And their relationship is still kind of like tumultuous back and forth. If she says it's red, her niece says it's pink. And it's kind of like me and my aunt. You know, we kind of go there like that with one another. And M3gan doesn't come into like somewhere midway in the movie, but it's pretty much like that. The girl's kind of a little bit disrespectful towards her aunt, because I know I probably wouldn't do half the stuff that this young lady tried to do to her aunt, you know, with the disrespectfulness that she does with her aunt. And it's a lot of little twists and turns in this movie. And there's this one character in the movie named Amelia, which was my mom, rest in peace. And this chick is a bad, you know what? I love this bad character. And she was assigned to be some type of what do you call it, so to help like the if I can recall, she's gonna do something where she's gonna be helping out the army, like the United States Army, but she kind of went rogue herself and was tired of being used. So in a way, you kind of feel for this character. And so that's where like the whole M3gan character comes in. And this is where I guess Jenna come in, because they needed her to help kind of like stop it or whatever, you know. And she gets involved in it, and she was like, well, what do I have to do with it, and why do you want my help with it? I'm kind of trying to like you know, get out of that. I'm not trying to do that anymore. I'm kind of against that type of stuff and everything. And also Katie, she gets into her aunt wants her to get away from like IT stuff, because she wants to go get into that field. So she started to learn I can't think the type of karate she learns, so she learns how to do that stuff and everything. And she also kind of had troubles in school and everything. And somehow M3gan never left the house. She was in the what do you call it, kind of like in the Lexus thing, like in the devices. So that's how she ended up that's how she ended up being found out. She was like, oh, well, I never left and everything. That was funny right there too. And the movie is just really hilarious. It's a lot of hilarious part. Some of the scenes are kind of like washed out. Some of the scenes that like didn't really need to be in there and stuff. Like I said, just like this YouTube channel all over the place, the movie was all over the place. And then I feel like there was one part like in there that was excuse me, one part in there that was like super hilarious was the part where the part that really got me was like where I think Jenna needed a little bit of motivation, right? And next thing I know, when they did finally put M3gan back in her original body, wait a minute, way before that, she was like, they put her in this little teddy tubby looking thing, but it was like that Alexis thing for kids, and I was like, that was freaking hilarious. But the part I wanted to get to real quick was the part where I think Jenna was kind of feeling kind of like depressed or whatever. But why in the world, this part was super, super, super funny. And it caught me. And I was like, I knew I liked it. I knew I liked M3gan. Why in the world did M3gan started singing? And hold on to this. I was like, really? Okay. M3gan started singing Maxwell Women's Worth. I was like, no, she didn't. I knew that song sounded familiar. And then it was so funny how, like, she got halfway through the song and Jenna just kind of like turned her off, you know, because she felt like she was playing her, you know. And she was like, oh, you trying to kill all those people. Now you trying to play me and trying to act like you're so sweet and innocent and everything, because she had a hard time trying to believe her. But she was actually trying to do right, trying to do good and everything. Because going back to that whole Amelia thing, because like I said, she went rogue because she was tired of being used and played. So she was trying to get all the people that had something to do that made her and stuff. And that included Jetta and her team. And that's pretty much like the whole plot of everything. You know, is AI good or is AI bad? A little bit both. And then her boyfriend, that this whole boyfriend thing, you know, I really didn't see like the big significance of his part and some other characters' part, but somehow he had control in this thing too. And this girl Jetta, like I said, that the aunt, she was dating him, and kind of find out he was this whole evil, like kind of remind me of a Disney bad guy character, like the least people who you think was good and on your team, you know, they end up being like a complete jerk. And then like that's how like the whole plot twisted with that. And she was like, really? You know? And it was something to do, like, some type of button that Amelia was so interested in pushing that was gonna, like, mess up society. Or I guess, like, all, like, the devices in people's home and, like, the Alexis devices and everything was gonna go rogue or something like that, from what I was understanding, from what I was gonna get. And if she would have pushed that or tried to attempt to push it, it was just gonna mess up like mankind. And that's something, like I said, what old girl's boyfriend wanted to do, you know, something like that was just too tempting or something like that, and she really wanted to push it. So that's pretty much why they needed like I'm about to say Alexis, they needed M3gan to do to kind of like stop her, because the same type of like you know, that they had the same type of manpower that M3gan had, that Amelia had, although Amelia was a little bit more stronger. And like I said, I love this actress who played her. She was pretty and she was bad and she kicked butt. You know, and it was more just, like I said, it wasn't horror, it was anything like that. It was more just like an action, but a lot of people said it was like Terminator or something like that. And I never even seen Terminator when I was watching some of the intake about it. And a lot of people really didn't like this movie and whatnot. I mean, it was funny and everything. It was just a lot of like just boom, 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 kind of like Teenage Mutant Teenage Mutant, you know what I'm trying to say, Teenage Mutant, Turtles or something like that. Kind of like Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, you know, like it was just action comedy, you know, like fighting, boom, 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 you know. It was a crazy movie. It was funny. It wasn't really like, you know, it wasn't really anything like that. So, you know, and then like the dance scene, her favorite famous dance scene, it was more like just, you know, robotic, Mr. Robotic. You know, I like her. I like her other dance scene in the other movie better. But like I said, it was funny. And like I said, I know she cussed too much. I mean, it wasn't like a bunch of cuss words, but it was more like, you know, and I don't even remember her cussing too much in the last movie. So it was like, you know, she wanted to be grown and cute. I did like her costume better in this one. I mean, Miss M3gan is that girl. She is that diva. Just put it like that. You know, she's that girl, all right. You know, she does not play. She's that girl. You know, and I did like the fighting action that she did do. And, you know, her main concern was saving old girl Katie, the young girl. So she did that. That's what she was designed to do. And she saved the world. So she was more like a super action hero girl. And she did that, you know. And at the very end of the movie, you know, she did something for mankind. It was some type of device that was put into her arm because like Jetta thought that she was playing her, and she said, well, if I hit this, she's gonna blow up. And like I said, but they kind of stopped her from doing that. But at the very end, her heart turned around for M3gan, and Katie always had a heart for her. But like I said, M3gan had to do what M3gan had to do to stop this Amelia from causing destruction and mayhem in society. So M3gan had to just self-destruct both of them to end up like, you know, stopping and everything. And at the very end, you know, M3gan at the very end of the movie was some type of, she was still like a avatar character in the computer or something like that. So I don't know if they're gonna come out with another movie. I don't think they do. You know, M3gan is cute, but I don't think we need another movie. Will I go see another movie of this? I don't know. Another funny thing was that it was some type of microchip in the side of Jetta's head that was kind of like programming, kind of like like, you know how like somebody enter your spirit, so you kind of got their spirit inside you. That mess was funny when they were going back and forth during the fight scenes. I really don't know what they were doing with this movie. I mean, I was looking forward to seeing like a 2, because I remember how the last one ended. You was like, oh, okay, so you know it's going to be a part 2. But I think they kind of just like missed the mark. You know, they should have kept it kind of like suspense and jumpy, but not too scary like they did with the first one. Because the first one was cool. Like I said, I don't really recall what I gave it. But this one just went superhero action from a killer robot doll, you know, to a save the world. Like I said, Teenage Mutant Fighting Turtle, Go-Go Mighty Morphin Power Ranger, secret agent, you know, thing. Yeah, I mean, like I said, M3gan is that girl. She did her thing, you know, but I just didn't get it, you know. I mean, it was a cool movie. It was funny, you know, and I love the Nashville song she was singing, you know. Like I said, I love me some good music. You guys know my whole channel is about music and stuff, you know. I love me some music and stuff. So that was one of my favorite parts. So to sum this all up, for y'all throw tomatoes at me and kill me, you know, because I'm trying my best here to give M3gan, what will I give M3gan 2.0? I'm gonna give M3gan maybe a 7. I'm gonna give it a 7. And do I think, like I said again, do we need a 3? No. Will I be seeing this movie again? I don't think so. Like I said, it has some good points, it has some bad points, you know, but it was all right. But far as M3gan as a character, I love Miss M3gan, you know. I would hang out with M3gan anytime, any day, you know. She's that girl. But anyways, thank you guys for taking the time to watch this. And please stay tuned, because the next movie I'm trying to see is Jurassic Park, maybe with my dad if he's available. So anyways, I want to thank you guys for your patience, because it's not easy. Sometimes I still get shy with this. But anyways, thank you guys for your patience. Stay tuned. It's your girl, Disney Diva. You know what you need to do. Keep that magic. Deuces.